Hi, my name is Nusrat and I am going to be a first generation medical student at Barts this September. So I'm very passionate about breaking BAME stereotypes and stigmas about mental health and young people, especially for those of us that come from first generation families, low income families, families who are from an immigrant world or a third world country, who don't really have as much support as they should. Those are the kind of things that I'm passionate about. So that's why I'm really happy that we're talking about this and we're opening conversation. When I say medical school is nepotistic or elitist, I mean traditionally it's always been sort of middle class or upper class, rich white families who are more likely to excel in this sort of career because it is somewhat of an elitist career. You've got to have the best grades, you've got to have, if you have parents or family who are in this field, then you're more likely to get into it, you're more likely to succeed, you grow up ambitious. When you're an ethnic group or you're a BAME group, you're more likely to come from lower income or lower class families when it comes to applying to medical school. So you've got the admissions test, you've got actually paying for the admissions test, you've got to pay for the resources, you've got to pay for your UCAS application, you've got to pay for work experience if you want to do it abroad. I had to pay $150 to do mine at Great Ormond Street Hospital, and it came all out of my pocket. There's also lots of sexism in medicine, so a man is more likely to think, I can go and become a surgeon. There's so many men out there. I've seen my dad do it, I've seen my brother do it, whatever. A woman is less likely to think I can do that because then she's got all these obstacles of, okay, you've got to take care of your family, you've got to take care of your marriage, you've got to take care of your in-laws, especially if you come from certain cultures like Asian cultures or Arab cultures where women are expected to be more domesticated, regardless of whether she has a profession or not. In these sort of situations, that's also a setback because even if you want a seat at this table, how far you can go is still restricted by your cultural or social beliefs. And where medicine is concerned, a lot of the people on the admissions panels are, again, your typical or stereotypical white men who have, who are probably been in this field for so many years. They're very, very educated people. They know what they're doing. Very rarely will you see like a black woman on that panel, or will you see a hijabi woman on that panel, or will you see somebody that doesn't fit in that stereotype. And that's fine because obviously medical schools can't discriminate. They're not allowed to discriminate on your color or anything when it comes to selecting you as a candidate. And the NHS itself doesn't stand for that. So they're not supposed to do that, and we know they're not supposed to do that, and that's fine. But we also don't have that representation. If I saw somebody that was like me, who has been in this field for so many years and now she's interviewing me, that would give me the faith to think, oh my God, I can get to that point. So I think this is important because it's a lot easier for me to speak to someone who goes through the same things that I do and is on the other side of it. Someone who's been through what I've been through and they're actively showing me, I've gone through this, but you know what, I'm on the other side of it, and I'm telling you, if I could be here being the same as you, so can you. Whereas it's a lot harder to see that with somebody that you relate to on absolutely no level. And usually counsellors are much older. And I do think when you're a young person, and you're in year 8, you're 14, and you're with someone that's like 50, it's like that age barrier doesn't help either, because they don't necessarily understand what the pressures that young people go through, whereas we don't understand the pressures that they go through. So education plays a big role, but so do your teachers. Like, your teachers can make or break you. My teachers a lot of my teachers were female, a lot of them were coloured women, so I never grew up thinking I would never make it as a coloured woman, because there were so many around me. Whereas some of my friends that have come from another world, they're like, yeah, it's never gonna happen for us. And I'm like, what? Why? And they're like, because everyone's white or everyone's a man, it's never gonna be me. And I'm like, really? So it makes a big difference. And I think the reason why I'm so passionate about diversity today is because my teachers always told me how important diversity was to them, and when we were learning about it in school. And because they were such a diverse group, they actually cared about each other, and they value diversity more because they knew exactly what I would grow up with if I didn't believe in diversity, or if I wasn't raised to care about other people, to learn about other people. So I'm really glad I've had that education. Other people definitely need it, and if you don't have it, like, you need to sort yourself out.